So today I'm going to explain why we have radically changed our websites, behaviors, and uh, why did this thing happen. First, I want to summarize everything. We have some subdomains before. These are blog ABPIO, community ABPIO, commercial ABPIO, support ABPIO, docs ABPIO. It was a design decision at first when we have created abp.io. So we have separated all the different categories into their own subdomains. But after some times, we see that it's not very feasible to navigate through all these websites for a customer or for an ABP user. It's a little bit hard to find what you are looking for in different websites. Another case is sometimes we are making duplication in different subdomains of these projects to make it easier to find for you. So it's also hard to maintain these duplicated documents, duplicated pages. So we took a decision maybe 1 year ago, and the development site is almost 5 months. So we have been recently working on merging, designing, converting images to HTMLs, or upgrading our web APIs to the new system. And in this blog post, I summarized what we have done in this development phase. If you are interested in, you can check out the general topics. But now I'm going to show you in detail what's happening. Let me see my first notes. Okay. So this is it. So anymore, we don't have these subdomains. You can find these websites by under the ABP.io, and you can use our mega menu. We think that it's easily for visitors, it's easy to find what they are looking for within this mega menu. And here you can see our tools, startup templates, UI templates, mobile projects, and all our module pages in our platform menu. I want to tell you here a little bit for modules menu, because now first I want to show you pricing. Then that will be a little bit understandable why our the other menus are called as pro, free. So the first part is we have added the open source license for to ABP license planning. What does it mean? It's a standard open source license which you have been using until now. It's the open source version of our templates. It was before free and still free. If you have any concerns about if ABP is going to be a commercial platform, open source will be completely deactivated and we will sell this. That's not true. We will still be contributing to open source and these license plans. The reason we are still using the open source on top of under the hood of our commercial modules. So it's still same open source that changed. Also, these licenses are not changed. We just put all together into one pricing page. And we even make a further benefit for open source users. As you know, or you have heard about ABP Studio. ABP Studio is our now flagship and also entry point for new ABP commerce. In ABP Studio, we are allowing a cross-platform desktop application for ABP and .NET users. And it's a it's providing a comfortable development environment because it's automating tasks, providing insights about your running ABP solution. Also, you can start stop projects. You can create a new project within the ABP Studio easily. Before, we were giving you some pre-configured module installations. Now we are more flexible with in the project creation wizard. We are providing more flexible options to create your solution. And uh, Halil also written a blog post about the new ABP Studio. Here you can read it, and we will have another session just for ABP Studio. That's why I'm not going to talk in details about ABP Studio, but we really invested very well on this tool. Uh, it has a nice UI, also very good features. It's also similar to .NET Aspire, not replica of .NET Aspire, but all similar features. You can manage your Kubernetes clusters here. So ABP open source users will also benefit from ABP Studio. They can install from this page the community edition for Mac and Windows. So we made this pricing table, including all plans. In this new design, you can see line by line comparison table of each license features. So who wants to buy, they can easily understand the differences. And another thing, we have also added a personal license model. And in this model, we are providing a single developer license for the guys who work independently, or freelancers, or individuals who are making side projects, or even selling these projects to their customers, but not working for a company and using their own funds. So it's also commercial. You can sell your project. You can contact here within this form to our sales team if you are eligible to purchase a personal license. Another thing is custom licenses or additional services. If you want to buy something which is not available here, or you want to customize one of these plans, you can contact us again. Or if you need additional services, now we are providing onboarding services, live trainings, also live support, custom project development, porting your legacy application to ABP. If you need such a service, you can contact us here. We will reply you in the same day, and we will try to help you in this topic. Here you can see all the details of different licenses. I'm going to check. Also, another thing is the ABP CLI. ABP CLI, as you know, it's from the beginning there was this tool. ABP CLI is our command line tool. It's a .NET global tool. We also make some enhancements in ABP CLI with this new platform version. From now on, ABP CLI includes all the features with the ABP legacy CLI, but now it's compatible with ABP Studio. So what ABP Studio does, also ABP CLI can do this with the CLI commands. This is a new CLI with new binary name. When you install ABP Studio's new version, it will be automatically installed, the new ABP CLI tool, and it will remove the legacy one. If you have any problem with ABP's new CLI, or if you wonder what's the difference between them, I'm going to show you a document about this. Here in the documentation of ABP CLI, there is an alert box. Here there is a link. So in this document, you can easily see and understand what's the difference between the old CLI and new CLI. I suggest you to read the differences and what's the new features that coming with the new CLI, because now it can manage your cube or other features. The new binary name is Volo ABP Studio CLI. The old one was Volo ABP CLI, but they are using the same alias. You can still use ABP command in command line to start this. This is my new ABP CLI. It's in beta version, but what you have realized here, ABP's version is now 8.2, and we are releasing now, we have released 8.3 RC version. But as you see, it's not anymore ABP CLI 8. So ABP CLI version is not aligned with our ABP project version. If you see that your ABP CLI version is something like 0.789 and your ABP project is 8 point something, it means now we have changed versioning on this, and you don't need to be aligned with the new CLI's version and your project. Now it's compatible with your project. This why we do this, because ABP CLI can be standalone published like this, because now it has its own individual versioning. Another thing, ABP Studio, it's also not same with your ABP Studio, with your ABP project version. The reason is we are releasing ABP Studio every day, almost every day right now, to give you the best experience. And we are collecting feedback from community and quickly enhancing the tool and releasing. So it has its automatic updating system. And apart from your major ABP version, this has its own version. So it's another benefit for the ABP users, because they can use the latest CLI and Studio. No need to wait for the master release, because our release cycle is stable release cycle is 12 weeks. It's a long time to wait for a tool to be fixed. I'm going to show you the documentation. Oh, sorry. First, let's see the new Get Started page. When you click Get Started on the right top corner, you will see two different tabs here. And the first one is ABP Studio. It means we are suggesting you to create your new ABP project first with ABP Studio, because it has a very nice UI to create your new project, also different options. So you can read ABP Studio's documentation, and to start, I think it's the best way to create your project. But you can also use ABP CLI if you want to create from a command line tool, or use it in your CI/CD pipeline. You can still use. This is how you can install the new ABP CLI. Before, if you are trying to install the new ABP CLI, don't forget to remove the old CLI. .NET tool, you need to uninstall Vola ABP CLI first. You can read the documentation. It's clearly telling how to do this in this documentation using the old CLI, switching to the new CLI. Here we have changed also a little bit the design wizard of project creation. As you see here, some project types. These are our application templates. And there is microservice. And in the right corner, it has a star. It means this feature requires some license. If it's free and open source, here, if it's free and open source, it means you can use here. But if it has a star, it means you need one of these license plans. So here you see .NET MAV Blazor is requiring a team or higher license. And after you create your project command, you choose your technology preferences. Here, you can copy and run this command in your command line, and it will create your new project. If this command requires a license plan, it's clearly mentioning about this topic. Next one, I want to tell you about our documentation. We have changed the documentation website. The documentation is located under developers mega menu, and here the first one. So as you see, it's not very change in terms of design, just a little bit cosmetic changes here, as you see, but some other things change. We have removed our the language selection, because as we see, maybe 99% of developers are using the English version of ABP documentation. And it was hard to maintain all other different languages because we are translating some of them from community contributions, but sometimes making machine translation using some services to translate these documents. But it's not also very always user-friendly translation. So we have removed. I think it's not need anymore, because we are giving very much effort for this multiple localized documentation. But we added the Google Translate. It's also very easy and quickly changing to major languages. You can change your language, and you can start reading in your own language here. Another thing, there are two different search boxes here, as you see. The left one is filtering the menu. So when you write deployment, it's filtering here. And in the middle of the screen, you see another one, and it's the Google search. We see that Google search integration is much easier and much feasible for our users, because even if you write incorrectly, or if you made typos in your keywords, Google is understanding this very good and finding the related documents. So when you write deployment, as you see, it's finding all the related documents, and you can easily switch between them. And it's very fast, actually. You can use this search and try to find what you are looking for in a second. The important thing we have done here is merging the documentation. As you know, before we were using open source documentation and commercial documentation. This makes a little bit harder for the people who are using commercial version, because there are different addresses for documentation. They sometimes cannot find where is the deployment document, because they look first in commercial, They don't fight. They need to go to open source documentation. Now we have merged all these documentation into one single documentation platform. And when you search here, it will find open source and commercial documentation in the same address. If when you find something is commercial, it's explicitly written like account. As you see, there are two different account modules here. Account for open source free license plan and all commercial license plan. And in the commercial license plans, you will see a box like this, alert box. It's saying this module requires team or higher license. So if something is paid, it's clearly saying here. And I know you are now working with 8.1, ABP 8.1, ABP 8.0, ABP 7.9, maybe older versions. You can still use this documentation website. Before 8.2, when you switch, let's switch to 8.1. In 8.1, there is no Account Pro. That's why I'm going to use Get Started page. When you switch earlier versions or older versions, you can see there is coming a new combo box. And ABP Framework, ABP Commercial documentation is now ready here. You can switch between these documentation and find what you are looking for as before. You see, it's all same, which you are used to. And also, as you have realized, in the ABP framework's old documentation, the route navigation and also categorization is little bit much for finding something. It's complicated. We also make this easier and categorized all the documentation very well. You see, its route menu is simplified. Also, we have categorized everything well, because every time we add a new documentation, by evolving this documentation system, we cannot sometimes easily put in the right direction. But now we have revised all the documents, and we have also merged some of the important documentation, like this ABP migration guide. I'm going to make a little bit bigger for you to easily see. So ABP migration guide is now containing both commercial and open source migration guides. When you select upgrading to 8.1, there is a title for open source version, and there is another title for pro version for team, business, and enterprise licenses. In this documentation, there is no breaking change. That's why no migration guide here. Also, release notes changed. Release notes. In release notes, we also make a merge process with open source and commercial. From now on, you will see both pro version and free version release notes here. We have another page if you want to see all the pro features. It's releases page, developers, release notes, and here you will see releases. In this page, you can see all the pull requests which we have completed, and you can read what we have done in this milestone. So this is for pro versions. Let me check how much time I have left. 25 minutes. I'm revising my notes a little bit. Microservice. We also changed microservice template because to be aligned with the ABP Studio, we have added some new features to microservice template. You can go and download the new version. So basically, I want to tell you about commercial version. Commercial users will not affect from this change, because when you see something like pricing in the menu, maybe you will be thinking about it's now paid application. No, again, it's not a paid application anymore. It's same as before. There's open source version, commercial versions. If you want to get more features, fancy features, and if you are working for a company, you can go for commercial version, get premium support, use suite, use the extra features of ABP Studio. You can buy a commercial version. And as we have changed our website, we want to celebrate this with 20% discount, and all licenses here 20% down. Even existing users can benefit this. Existing customers can renew their license plans with 20% discount. 9 days left for this campaign. I want you to also check out our plans to buy a new license within this limited time interval. Lastly, I want to show you our friends who have been working hardly in ABP Platform, ABP Framework, ABP Studio, ABP Suite, our backend services, our company services. We have made very good improvement in ABP last years, and it's still growing and growing. We also expanded our community globally, very good. This is our team. Some of them are on vacation, that's why couldn't join, and they want to send their hello. Maybe voice is not coming to you. Do you hear voices, guys? Not, I think.
No, we couldn't hear.
Yes, I understand, because I didn't share my screen with system voices. So it was telling about hello to you in different languages. That's all from me. I think I can give my words to Gürkan.
Okay.
You want to
Now,
add something, Khalil?
from this point, we will continue with questions. Okay, we can start from the first question. I think we can. We have time for like 15 minutes for questions. I'm going from the oldest one. Is there a way personal license get access to microservice feature in ABP Studio? We feel kind of limited in that aspect. Yes, the new ABP Studio and the new startup templates for this startup templates, we made the microservice startup template starting from the business license. That means not only personal, even the team license has no access to new microservice startup template. This was a business decision, because we believe that microservice solution or a microservice system is for large teams, not one or individual person or very small teams. If you are a very small team, it's not true to go with microservices. You cannot do it, actually, to be honest. So it's for large teams, big enterprises, big and scalable solutions. So this is why we have changed the license rules for that. However, to not affect the existing ABP commercial customers, we have decided that we give the new microservice solution to our old customers, to all of our old customers that has purchased it before this new platform release. So they can use. However, for new license purchases, it requires business and higher license. Can you deploy to Azure container applications? Yes, Azure Container Apps is available. Actually, ABP is a deployment agnostic tool, so you can deploy to anywhere. How can I create a new solution with ABP Studio? I'm not sure about that. This is just today released actually, and we haven't tried with the release candidate. Okay, we will check and check this, and if it is not working, we will make development for that. Another question: can we get a mega menu style in the Lepton X? Lepton X has currently two layouts: sidebar and top bar layout. In the top menu layout, it's kind of actually very similar to mega menu. However, if you are asking for the mega menu like in our website, I suppose it's not available at the moment, but you can use the top menu. It's very similar. If you want to write more, you can just send an email to us so we can consider it. Alper, maybe you can ask that. You can answer that. Where can I find the getting started document for personal or commercial license holder?
Getting started document. It's in the documentation website actually. abpio/docs. I will share my screen.
Maybe it was not clear, but the getting started document is also unified. That means everybody can use, even open source and commercial users can use the same tutorial, right?
Yes. Yes. Now you can see here, it's also merged, the documentation. You need to like which personal commercial getting started. Okay, let's choose layered. Some parts it's telling that if you are using a commercial module, it says you cannot use, but the getting started is almost same. For license, it's not changing actually.
Okay.
You
Thank
can
you.
follow this document. Same document is applied for these different plans.
Okay, most of the questions are already answered by our team, but I want to I want to go with the questions. ABP Studio Suite, is also available for Blazor. Yes,
Yeah.
actually, it supports all the UI systems that is supported by the ABP framework. What features are in the personal license, team, or business or enterprise? I think Kenneth is asking what are the features of personal license. Is it
Yes.
same with team or what?
Yes, it's almost same with team, but in personal license, there are some fundamental modules, and there are some modules which also doesn't exist in the personal plan. In the frequent asked questions, if you write personal, you will see a question: what's the difference between personal license? Here, clearly explaining what's the difference, which modules available, which modules not available. I want you to read this frequent asked question about this question.
Okay, another question. Grafana and Prometheus is integrated with ABP framework. No, and it's not needed. These tools can use with any kind of .NET application. even not .NET application. Anyway, so it's not needed. Our startup templates comes with Grafana and Prometheus are already integrated, especially the microservice is like that. And also we are adding these two other startup templates too. What are the common? A question was, I develop a modular monolith layer solution. I don't use Docker or Kubernetes. Why should I use ABP Studio? Actually, ABP Studio's only feature or only functionality is not Kubernetes integration. This is one feature. It provides solution building feature, which is very useful when you want to create a modular monolith system. You can easily create modules, establish dependencies and relations between modules, install existing modules or create new modules, and so on. It is one of the main purposes to allow to create a modular monolith easier. And also Solution Runner is another tool, not only Kubernetes integration. If you have multiple applications in your solution, you can easily run all of them with a single click. And also it provides many features more. You can just check the documentation. So Kubernetes is not only functionality. Another question, where can I get sample implementations on ABP? I mean, he asks, Krishna asks some sample applications built with ABP framework. You can show, Alper. We have a samples page in the documentation, or on the developers menu. Just on the developers menu, you can find the samples mega menu. Yes, samples. So there are many samples, even a microservice solution or a large application like Easy CRM or Event Hub.
And source code is available, as you see.
Yes, source code available, and it's also a live application. So there are many sample applications, and also there are many ABP community articles. Most of the articles has already contains source code of the sample application that is explained in the article. So you can find tons of example applications, maybe hundreds of applications available with the ABP framework. Another question, Roberto asks why the create a new solution button has been removed with ABP Suite 8.3.1.
Yes, because ABP Suite is now creating CRUD pages, and for new projects now we are offering ABP Studio. That's why we have removed this duplication. And another thing is also in the new project creation wizard of ABP Studio, we added new options, but we are not anymore adding these features and optional features in wizard in ABP Suite. We will remove this completely in the upcoming versions, and we will route users to use ABP Studio's new project creation. So here, file new solution. It's very easy and much more user-friendly way of creating new project. That's why.
Okay. Actually, ABP 8.3.1 hasn't been released yet. It is 8.3.0 for now. But yes, it will be removed in the future releases because of the duplication Alper explained. Does the personal license include any of the paid templates? Yes, all the templates in team license already available with the personal license. There is a question like modules can be installed or uninstalled runtime. No, ABP's modularity system is not runtime modularity, it's development time modularity. So you cannot install or uninstall and run runtime. I think the question is, Alper, there is no enough information for the ABP Studio. Can you show the documentation? Actually, ABP Studio is very well documented now.
When you go to ABP documentation website here, Docs Latest Studio, under the tools menu, there is ABP Studio. And here you can see step by step how to install, how to configure, how to make, how to install the required tools for ABP Studio, fundamentals of ABP Studio, running project, monitoring applications, working with Kubernetes. Everything is clearly explained in this document.
Okay, another question is any plans of developing Angular Material UI team? No, for now we don't have any plan for that. Burak says I'm using open source version and very happy for that. Thank you, Burak.
We are also very happy you use this.
Another question is Tyrant has also become a pro template while it was an open source before.
Yes.
Very careful follower because
Very good question.
it was like just released with 8.3. So in the next versions, we are not considering to make it available to open source because Tyrant architecture is commonly used for enterprise world like banks or big companies who care about security and want to separate the UI layer from the API layer physically and host in different servers and so on. So it's a complicated thing actually. Most of the projects we don't suggest if you don't have such a security requirement. If you have such a security requirement, we believe you are a big company and you can pay for a team license. Interesting question. Was your new website created using the ABP framework? For the first part, yes. It has created with the ABP framework and the latest ABP framework. Alper, can you show which version we are using?
Yes, we are using our framework to create all our websites, even internal ones, even volosoft.com. All these websites are using ABP infrastructure. And I want to show you something interesting. We are using ABP's newest version, even the preview version, which is not publicly released, just to test in live so that if something we see, some performance problems, any other issues, we fix beforehand. So yes, we are using our own framework.
We are using ABP's 9 version, which is actually in the development branch. So in GitHub, in the development branch, we are building our websites based on ABP's development branch, which will be available publicly and still continue to development and publicly available in the November. Okay. And which template did you use if we have used it? We haven't used any template. Our design team has created this team. This is not team actually. This is this design specifically for the ABP IO platform. It's not a
And also
thing.
our DevOps guys are doing very good job. We almost updating our websites every day. As you see, it's today updated, and without any interruption, we make a very good CI/CD pipeline process to update, and without any lack of our users' usage, we are updating websites seamlessly.
Okay, last 3 questions. I will try to go quickly. Do you plan adding MyUI Blazor hybrid as an option for mobile framework? Currently, we have MyUI and React Native. We are providing a MyUI Blazor hybrid UI option, but it is not a mobile option, as a web option, as an application option, how I can say. That means we are considering to use it as a desktop application, not mobile application. For mobile application, we are suggesting to directly use native MyUI framework. So for now, we are not considering to do it, but it's not very hard for us actually. If community has a demand on that, we may consider for the future versions. Last question. Does the ABP framework support two-factor authentication? Maybe Alper, you can ask that.
Actually, you can use demo ABP IO. It's a live demo. And here you can check out the features. I'm going to show you this in action. I will show my account. You see there is Authenticator app. Here you can configure your Authenticator app to use two-factor authentication. It's configurable by tenant. You can switch on and switch off by a host admin for your application.
This is one option for two-factor authentication actually. Also SMS and email two-factor authentication options are available. So it's available, but not in the ABP framework, but actually in the account module.